Hola chicos, vamos a empezar con el presente del subjuntivo, ¿ok? Y vamos a conversar. Me gusta que conversemos, me gusta que conversemos. Conversar, conversemos. Bla, 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 bla. So, for subjunctive, what's going to happen is that you're going to have a trigger expression here, me gusta. So this is me gusta, me gusta, me gusta. And then because you have an emotion, that means that the verb has to change. The next verb has to change. So you have me gusta, which is an emotion, and that means that the ending for the verb has to change. Why? Because it's an emotion. So conversar is going to change to converse, and then the people are going to add on the end of it. And that's why this is funny, because they're converse, and it's conversemos. Let's look at another example. Se ve means looks, like, ooh, te ves muy guapo. Te ves muy guapo. Te ves muy guapo. You look so cute today. Te ves muy guapo. Te ves muy guapo. You look so cute today. So your little doggy says to you, hombre, tu tarea se ve difícil. Tu tarea se ve muy difícil. ¿Tú quieres que me la coma? ¿Quieres que me la coma? ¿Quieres que me la coma? ¿Quieres que me la coma? Comer is the verb, and the doggy changes it to coma. Quieres is a want, so that means that I need to change the next verb to the subjunctive mood. So comer changes to coma, and then the it here. So, hey, dude, that's how they say dude in Spain, hombre. Dude, your homework looks really hard. Do you want that it, I eat it, and then I'm going to eat it up? Do you want it? Do you want me to eat it up? So in the first part of the sentence, it looks hard. In the second part of the sentence, he says, do you want me to eat it? So do you want, I don't know if you want me to eat it. I haven't eaten it yet. It's a dream. It's a wish. It hasn't happened yet. It's not a fact. So if it's not a fact, then I have to put it into the subjunctive. So come is going to change to coma. And that's the yo form there, coma. So in order to do this, well, let's back it up a little bit. So when do we have to use this? So reality actions are in your normal tenses. So when we have a reality, you just put it in your normal tense. O asa, amos aisan, o ese, amos asen. Or if it's in preterite, aste, o, amos, astes, aron, y, iste, yo, imos, iste, hicieron. So we'll talk about past subjunctive next year. But right now, it's, present time. That's reality. So if you have reality, then you use present time. So I'm wishing, I'm hoping. Those are real things because you can see me. Oh, I'm wishing, I'm hoping. And you're going to hook it up with a K. Once you hook a K there, then you don't know if you're going to have a dreamland for other people. So that's when we have to use it. When a reality is a weirdo reality and there is a dream for that to happen for other people, then we need to use subjunctive mood. So, I hope that you dance. I hope that you dance. I hope is in reality. That, you dance. Now let's think about that. You dance. Are you dancing yet? No, so it's in dreamland, right? So if you're not dancing and it's a dream that I have for you, it's a hope, it's a wish, it's a dream, it's an intention, that's a weirdo. Yeah. then that means that I have to put that verb not in the reality verb. That means I have to put it into the subjunctive mood. So, I hope that you dance. I hope is a wish. It's an intention. And you dance is in the world of dreams. So that means I hope gets a reality. O asa, amos ais an. And you dance gets subjunctive mood.
All right, 3, 2,
so, I hope that you dance. Yo espero que tú bailas. And there are 3 conditions. Is this action real? Is the dancing real? No, so you can't use bailas. Is this a dream that you have? Yes. And is it for another person? I hope that I dance in the recital tomorrow? No, that's not what this sentence says. This sentence says, I hope that you dance in the recital tomorrow. So, yes, number 1, 2, and 3. So, is this action real? No. Is it a dream that you have? Yes. Is it a dream for another person? Yes. If it's yes, then change the verb to the subjunctive. Oh, espero que tú bailes. And that is the right answer. I hope that you might possibly dance. I'm not quite sure. So that switching of the ending is like this. Because you're like, oh gosh, that ending sounds so weird because it's not the right ending, and so it's in the world of dreams. So put it in the wrong ending, and that way it goes into the world of dreams. What kinds of words are these I hope, espero, these yellow things? These yellow verbs, the words that trigger that orange stuff to happen, are all these different colors, these weirdos. So these weirdos are triggered by weirdo expressions, and you have that in your notes. Let me make this a little smaller, sorry. I was working on this last night. So all these weirdo expressions are words that are triggering, and we're going chapter by chapter working on this. We worked on the impersonal expressions. Es necesario que, es importante que, es bueno que, es malo que. So you've worked on those. So once you hear that, automatically you are going to say, es importante que, next verb subjunctive. Es bueno que, next word subjunctive. Es malo que, next word subjunctive. So you have to get used to that snap into the wrong ending, which is the right mood. Wrong ending, right mood. Now here comes the cray-cray. This is what we're going to be working on more in 7-8, but I just wanted to let you know that this is a heads up, and this is the whole truth and nothing but the whole truth. There are times where you can change that there are 2 correct answers. When you're saying that it's sure, is that a dream? Nuh-uh. When you're sure that something's going to happen, the word es comes in the front, just like es importante, profe, but is that sure or not sure? Es importante is a trigger for the subjunctive. But es seguro can go both ways. Es seguro que puedes is true. No es seguro is subjunctive. These look like that they're impersonal expressions, but they are not. Sometimes they go indicative and sometimes they go subjunctive. So it is sure, then it's going to be indicative. But when there's a no in front of all these, it's not certain, it's not sure, then that means it's not sure that he's coming. So I'm going like this, right? It's not sure. It's not certain. It's not evident. So do you see me going like this with that idea? It's not evident. It's not sure. It's not quite obvious. So the minute the idea is like this, that means that you have to use subjunctive. Okay? So those are just little tricky ones, and we're going to get to those in 7-8. So don't stress about that. So in today's lesson, wrong way. I have given you all these little practices to help you do the switching, because remember that there are some irregular words and we're going to get to that, all right? So here's expressions with the W: wishes, emotions, I'm happy that, I'm sad that, intentions, I intend that, or impersonal expressions like es importante que. And so these are each one of the practices broken down by wishing, emotion, recommendations. Okay, so if you look over there, I have those all for you set up. So you can go back at your leisure and practice. Okay, so now how do you form the subjunctive again? One more time. At the end of the sentence, which would be the second verb, so at the end of the sentence where you have to put this you dance and it changes to bailes, how did we know that it was bailes? Well, we knew it was bailes because we had to do a certain amount of things. So, number one, we place the verb in the yo form. That will show us whether it's a go verb, it has a stem changer, it has an O-D-U-E, I-E, all that stuff you learned in 1-2. So that's all that work that you did in 1-2 will come back and help you again. You're going to drop the O, okay, it should say drop the ending. So drop the O, add the correct other person, whoever you want. I am hoping that he danced, add he. I am hoping that you dance, add you. Only if the three conditions are met. So is it a dream? Is it another person? And do you have a trigger expression? So if those three things are met, then you can go ahead and get it into the world of dreams. So ARs go to ERs. ERs go to ARs. That's about as hard as it is. It's not really that hard. The hard part is knowing that you have trigger expressions and what the trigger expressions are. So that's going to take a little while to figure out what the trigger expressions are, okay? So it's just a matter of hearing those trigger expressions over and over again. The endings you guys are really doing well on, and that's working out well. So good job on that. So remember that to put us in the world of dreams, we're going to switch the ending and get us to the world of dreams. So the idea in your head should be like this. We have, over here, you are going to have the triggers. So my recommendation is that you study at least one of these so that you hear it. I hope. So I have these expressions. You're weirdos, so just take one and concentrate on one of them. So ojalá, I hope, I doubt, I recommend, it's important, I'm happy, I desire. So that's one of a W-E-I-R-D-O. So make sure you memorize one of those. And the most common, these are the most common. And then once you hear that, you're going to be like, ojalá que. And you're like, oh gosh, I've got to, that's the trigger. And then I've got to do the switch at the end here. So once I do the switch, then I need to make sure that I'm going to go ahead and I am going to do that switch into the yes, subjunctive. You are right. Perfect. So for my explanation here, oops, sorry, it's getting a little crazy here. I'm going to say, ojalá que bailes bien. Or I could say, let's check it out, and let's take ojalá out of here, and let's go ahead and put dudo que bailes. Recomiendo que bailes. Es importante que bailes. Me alegro que bailes. Deseo que bailes. And it all works. It all works. Because what you're doing is you're just replacing that trigger expression and you're keeping that subjunctive form. Because in the first example, I hope that you dance well. I doubt that you dance well. I recommend that you dance well because you know what? That college scout is out there. It's important that you dance well because you know what? That college scout's there. Oh, I'm so happy that you're dancing well. You know what? We practiced so hard. Or I'm really hopeful that you dance well because tonight's our big night. So these are the ways that you do subjunctive. Now, of course, we have irregulars. So let's review those irregular forms again. So when we have doubt, we're going to have dishes. Doubt dishes, doubt dishes, doubt dishes. So the most common irregulars for subjunctive are dishes. And before we left for coronication, we learned that we had dar, ir, ser, haber, estar, and saber. So in addition to that, we also had the next layer of irregulars, which were the cargos to que. And this time, it's not only in the yo form like preterite. Cargos to que all the way around. Toque, toques, toque, toquemos, toques, toquen. So for you, those of you in band, we're going to work over here in that second cloud. So I hope that you really play well because there's a scout from Cornell looking at you. Ojalá que toques, ojalá que toques. I hope you play well at your band concert tonight. Now, the next least common are the her, here. I hope you hand that homework in on time because I'm not accepting late work, okay? I hope you choose the correct answers. Ojalá que escogen. Okay, ojalá que escojan las respuestas correctas. So there you go with escoger and elegir. That means to choose to do something. And then the least common are the Z or the C to ZC. Conozco, conozca, conozcamos. These are to know someone. I might know him. I might begin. Those are the least common. So these are irregulars that we'll be working on little by little. So remember that sacar goes to saque, 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 saquemos, saque, saquen. The stem changes will still change and they're going to switch the endings. Querer will go to quier and switch the ending. So let's take a look at this example on some graffiti here. Quiero que me quieras. I want is a trigger expression because it's an emotion. So I want that you, and remember, querer has two definitions. Querer means to love and to want. I want that you may love me. So I hope you love me. Probar means to try. Sometimes it means to taste. So here there's a Huggies commercial and it says, queremos que los pruebes. We want that you try them, the Pampers or the Huggies. Oops, the competition, I shouldn't have said that. If there's yogo verbs, those are going to switch, like tango is going to go to tanga. So anything with your yogo verbs, those are going to switch as well. So let's take a look at this one. So the girl daughter fish is talking to her daddy fish and she says, No me importa que tengo un montón de piercings. Lo amo, lo amo. Can you figure it out before I tell you? It's not important that he has a bunch of piercings. I love him. So it's not important that he may have a bunch of piercings. I love him. So there's another way to say I love. Querer can mean to want or to love, and amar means to want or to love. Usually amar means more romantic love. Moverse means to move, and it's a reflexive verb, and what do you got to do? Switcheroo. So let's see what happens here. So we've got Edward Scissorhands, and I don't know, who's this guy? You guys know, a rhinoceros, and a porcupine. Necesito que nadie se mueva. I need that nobody move. So does he know if people are going to move or not? No, he can't control other people. So it's in the world of dreams. So he has to put that A ending in the subjunctive because it's not a fact. You know, he doesn't know if these people are not going to move or not. And necesito, que, is a trigger word. Pedir means to ask, and ensuciar means to get dirty because sucio or sucia means dirty, and ensuciar means to get dirty, to ensuciar, to put yourself in the dirt. So let's see if we can figure out what this sign at the beach says. No te pedimos que, so this is a request, okay? Requests are one of your weirdos. No te pedimos que limpies la playa, the beach. Solo te pedimos que no la ensucies. So the first part of the sentence is a request. And the second part of the sentence is a dream, a wish, a request that I don't know if you're going to do or not. So I have to put that into the subjunctive. So now the grammar is, this is what I want you to do, and this is what I'm going to hope you're going to do. This is what I want you to do, and this is what I hope you're going to do. So indicative normal tense and subjunctive hopes and dreams. So we don't ask you that you clean the beach. We only ask you that you don't make it dirty. It's a good sign. I like it. So remember, the most used are the dishes. So I hope that you give me money. I hope that you go to my party. I hope that you are really sweet. I hope that there is no test on Friday. I hope that you are doing your homework and are in class. I hope that you know the subjunctive after this. Let's try one with ser. All right, so we're going to work through the irregulars. So here's some cartoons and see if you can figure them out. Quiero un hombre que sea leal, loyal, fiel, faithful, paciente, atento, attentive, compasivo. Can you figure that one out? Generoso, ecuánime, y un buen oyente, listener. So I want un hombre que sea leal, fiel, paciente, atento, compasivo, generoso, ecuánime, un buen oyente. Y tú quieres un pero. I want a guy who is? Does she have a boyfriend that's like that? Does she have a man that's like that? No, it's her dream guy, right? It's her dream man. So he's not there yet. He's in her dreams. So is reality. Saya is the world of dreams. It may be loyal, maybe faithful, maybe patient, maybe attentive, maybe compassionate, and maybe generous, and maybe, you know, how do you explain equanime? Like he's like treats me nicely and generous and a good listener. And then she goes, I think you want a dog. And again, we get back to moverse. Oops. Need to click on the next one. Sorry. Let's look at another ser. See if you can figure this one out by yourself. Ready? Querido futuro esposo, ojalá que seas un buen cocinero. Dear future husband, I hope that you might be a good cook. And in English, we would say, I hope you are a good cook, right? But once we say ojalá, I can't use the word is. I can't use the word es or eres. I have to use the word seas. Because do I have the husband? No, it's not a fact. Let's look at the last one so you can get this one. I like this one too. This is a good one. Parece, it seems. Parece, it seems. All right, so we have Hansel and Gretel. Do you remember that little story? Hopefully you do. Your mom read you some little Hansel and Gretel tales. No sé, no sé, no sé. I don't know. No sé, Ansel. No parece que sea sin gluten. So it means, I don't know, Hansel. I don't think, it doesn't seem that it is made out of, or it is without gluten. It's not without gluten. So poor Hansel has a little gluten intolerance. That would be a problem. Imagine, that would be terrible. All right. So there you saw in real life how the subjunctive is used for little funnies. The irregulars that you learned in the present all make the same changes. So again, you're using stuff that you did in 1-2. So all that memorization work is coming back to help you. Yay! We didn't do it all for nothing. So, dormir, duermo goes to duerma. Querer, quiero, quiera. Medir, to measure. This is a new one for you. Mido, medir, 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 mido. Goes to mida. You know, it may be possible that you may have to measure. Typically, measure is not in the subjunctive. Okay. Conozco, conozca. This is weird now. Okay. Conozco, conozca. A lot of us forget that conocer. Saber, sepa. Remember, that is a high irregular. That's why it's blanked out here. Decir, digo, diga. Hacer, hago, haga. So the way it's used, remember that emotion, it'll look like this. Me alegro de que tú saques. I'm happy that you get good grades. Now, I'm happy is an emotion. And that, it doesn't even matter if you're getting good grades and that's a fact. I know, it's still in the world of dreams. Why? Because it's a trigger. Me alegro is a trigger for the subjunctive. Que lástima, oh man. If I go like this, oh man, then it's a trigger for the subjunctive. What a bummer that they don't know your telephone number because you're cute. Ah man, lamento. That's lamentation, sad stuff. Kids that, you read your Old Testament and your New Testament in the Bible, you Christian and Jewish kids, you'll know what lamento, that's an old word. Lamento, I'm sad that you don't have money. Oh man, even though I know that you don't have money and it's a fact, even though it's a fact, because you have emotion tied to it, it has to be subjunctive. I know this doesn't make much sense. So again, how do Spanish speakers know this? It's because they've heard it so many times. And that's what we're going to do is we're going to keep practicing it so it just sounds really good. The next one, I like. So you're used to saying, I like chocolate, and that's fine. But now we're going to lengthen the sentence by saying, I like that. Once you hit that is pushing it over to subjunctive. Me gusta que te guste chocolate. I like that you like chocolate. Me gusta que te guste chocolate. Me gusta que Alfredo te ayude. I like that Alfredo is helping you. All right. There is a sheet here that gives you the weirdos written out again in another way. I just found this on Pinterest and I thought maybe it might be helpful for those of you that like that kind of thing. So feel free to print that slide out for you if you want to. Again, the weirdo is going to trigger. What are the weirdos? Here's a short version of that column that has all the different beautiful colors. And maybe you just want to say, Profe, that's overwhelming, and you want to narrow it down. Here you go. Whoa, I keep forgetting I'm opposite on the camera. So here you go. An easier way to kind of narrow stuff down just to start. So for those of you that are feeling overwhelmed, that's a good slide for you. All right. Now, negation. When we do negation, that lets doubt into the idea. And once you negate something, that's like, ooh. And once you do this, you're in subjunctive, okay? So this feeling is going to be subjunctive. I don't believe. If you say, oh, I don't believe that he's coming, then it has to be subjunctive. Once you do this, you have to use subjunctive, okay? So that makes it easy when you can get that feeling instead of having to actually logically think about the world of dreams where you're going like this, then it makes it easier. So if you say, I don't believe, no creo, I don't believe that you're well, that makes subjunctive. I don't think that they're going to keep that secret. I don't know if it's a fact. So your shoulders go up, then it's subjunctive. It's not certain. Look at me. My shoulders are going up. It's not certain. It's not certain that they're friends. I don't know. Your shoulders go up, then you're putting that verb in the subjunctive. It's not true. Look at me. I'm doing this. If I'm doing this, then it's subjunctive. You really have to start feeling the language instead of translating the language. That is really where you're starting to move from Spanish 1, 2, 3, 4 up into 5, 6, 7, 8, okay? This is like you got to put your big girl pants on, okay, sweethearts? So besides the weirdo or the wedding, there's two ways to do that. Some teachers do weirdo, some teachers do wedding. It's the same thing. It's just the acronyms are different. Besides weirdo and wedding, there are some extra things and extra words that trigger the subjunctive. So you can say a wish triggers the subjunctive, an emotion triggers the subjunctive, an impersonal expression triggers the subjunctive, a recommendation, a doubt, an ojalá, a wish, an emotion, a doubt, a denial, an intention, a negation, and what was G? Oh, cheese and crackers. Prof, I forgot the G. I don't know. Anyway. Escapa A also triggers the subjunctive. These little guys trigger the subjunctive all the time, no doubt. You are going to say, en caso de que, in case, then you're going to switch the ending. Without, switch the ending. Con tal de que, switch the ending. Antes de que, switch the ending. So what I'll do here is I forgot to put the link to the Quizlet so you can study these words. And these are great because we always need these words. Oh my gosh. In case you forget your homework, without doing that, you're going to get an F. We're always going to, well, okay, Profe uses these expressions all the time. So we really do use these every single day. So these are really, really important adverbs, adverbial expressions that we need. So here's an example. I'm not going unless she's coming. How many times do you say that? I'm not going to the bathroom unless she's coming with me. I'm not going to the party unless she's coming with me. She's my wingman, wing person, wing girl, wing lady. Come up with an expression. Anyway, no voy a menos que venga ella. I'm leaving at 1, provided that I finish everything. So why are this escapa A expressions subjunctive? Because these expressions are kind of leaving hanging the idea. The idea of the verb is not finished yet. She works a lot or hard so that they can live well. Now, is she going to be able to work hard? She's trying to work hard. Is the working hard coming to fruition or to conclusion? I don't know yet. So that's why the para que. So para, after preposition, there is no conjugation. Yes. So para vivir would work. But if you say para que in order that, once you put that there, you got to change it into subjunctive. And a couple of you tried to use that on the test, which I was really excited about. So you were ready for the next step here. It's awesome. No hago nada sin que lo sepan. I don't do nothing. Remember, you have to have double negative in Spanish. I don't do nothing without their knowing it, which is good. Yeah, your mom should know everything. All right. So let's take a look at some more memes and cartoons and see how they use it in real life. Ready? Here we go. A menos que, unless. And poder means can. So let's look over this. So our little Simpson says, siempre sé tú mismo, yourself. Siempre sé tú mismo, siempre sé tú mismo. A menos que puedes ser Batman. Es mejor ser Batman. Always be yourself, unless you can be Batman. It's better to be Batman. So notice after a menos que, he used puedas instead of puedes. So that's really subjunctive in a nutshell. Now there's always these little tough things, and you can stop here if you want to. The whole truth and nothing but the truth is here when you get into believe and don't believe. So when not to use the subjunctive. So the quick idea in the advanced slides here is that your belief or your knowledge is your truth. This is very important with subjunctive. If you believe it and it's your knowledge, then it's your truth. That means it's fact. It's indicative. So when you say I believe, yo creo, I think, yo pienso, I don't doubt, and I know. So if you say, I believe he's cheating on her, I think he's cheating on her, I don't doubt he's cheating on her, I know that he's cheating on her, then all that is regular tense. I know, fact, no subjunctive. Okay? It kind of sounds subjunctive-y, and you're like, oh, should I do the subjunctive on that? Should I do it? And no. So we do not use the subjunctive to express facts, beliefs. Now, we already talked about facts, but what about beliefs? That's where it gets really sticky, and you're like, oh my gosh, Profe. But if it's a belief, your belief is your truth. Okay? Certainties or the obvious. So when you want to say believe, that's fact. When you want to say it's true that, it's certain that, it's obvious that. So any of those words in Spanish are going to be normal tense. So look here. I believe that I have good grades. Even though there's a little bit of doubt in there, your belief is your truth is your fact. That's simple, right? There's no doubt that even though you mention the word doubt, it's still regular indicative tense, no subjunctive. It's obvious, it's certain, it's true. It's a fact. That's what the word hecho. How do you remember hecho? Hecho comes from hacer. Hacer means that you do it, and if you do it, then it's factual. It's a fact that. It's certain that I'm 16. Duh. And I know. If you know it, then it's the truth, and the truth is going to be definitely a fact. Okay? So those are the things that kind of cause problems in late Spanish 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, 10. Well, Spanish 7, 8 honors now. All right. So, but here's the last little thing. But how do I know? How do I do like I hope I get an A and I hope I find a nice guy? What happens if I have I and I? Wait a minute, Profe. You said one of the three conditions was that it's two different people. And I want to say, I hope I get an A. But I still want to say that sentence. How do I do it? You told me I can't use subjunctive with that. You're right. You can't use subjunctive with that. It's pretty easy. Look down here. All you have to do is to say, I hope, and take out the K. I hope to get an A. That's all you got to do. Espero sacar una A. That's it. You just take out the that. You don't, in English, you need the that. In Spanish, you can't say, I hope, well, yeah, you can. I hope I get an A. Yeah, you can say that. I hope I get an A. So, and then here, I hope to find a boy, a nice boy. Espero encontrar un chico simpático. So that's about as hard as it is. And over here are some other examples that you can read through.
Oh, if you look, there's two people above you, Jake.
So the advanced uses of the subjunctive, my loves. Sometimes you are looking for something that you know exists or that you don't know exists. So let's take a look for an example. Like, let's say you're looking for a house, or let's say you're looking for a dude. I know the doorman that works in my building. So you know he exists. I'm looking for him. Conozco al portero que trabaja en mi edificio. I know the doorman, because you see the word puerta in there, portero. I know the doorman that works in my building. Now, how about this one? Now the same sentence is going to change, and it's going to be subjunctivized. It's not a real word, I'll just make it up. It's going to be subjunctivized here because I don't know if a person like this exists. So I want to add this idea of, ready? I'm looking for a doorman who works really well. I don't know if I can find a dude like that, especially in this day and age. Look at this one. I have a bed that is small. That is truth. I have a bed that's small. But look at here. I'm looking for something. I need a bed that is big. I don't know if I'm going to find one or not. So I'm looking, and I don't know if I'm finding one. So I changed is to maybe big. Maybe big. Sea. This one. My parents live in an apartment that has a balcony. Balcón. Mis padres viven en un apartamento que tiene balcón. Here, my parents want an apartment. So there's your want, right? That's your trigger. An apartment that has a balcony. First of all, they don't have the apartment. Second of all, they don't know if they can find one that has a balcony. Or maybe even if, like, maybe the city just doesn't have balconies. Like in New York, my gosh, that's very hard to find in New York City. You'd have to pay like a bazillion dollars to get a balcony in New York. I don't think I even knew any friends or family that had a balcony in New York. Okay, one family, and they were like gazillionaires. Mis padres quieren un apartamento que tenga balcón. It's more common in Spain and France. All right, I know an apartment that has a big kitchen that is perfect for you. Oh, I know of an apartment that has a big kitchen that is perfect for you. Is there an apartment that has a big kitchen that might be perfect for you or for me? So here, I'm a real estate agent and I know that there's one. Here, I'm asking the real estate agent, listen, this is what I need, but I don't know if you have it in, all your listings. Yeah? So this exists, and this is the word may. So if you want to use the word may, that is really an equivalent to using subjunctive. So in English, we use the word may, and in Spanish, they just use a verb instead of using a word. All right, regular subjunctive practice is right there. And subjunctive sentence practice is right there. And I think it's your last slide. Almost. No quiero que sea lunes. I don't want it to be Monday. So, I don't want that it may be Monday. I can't believe it. I don't want to believe that it's true. And our last little slide. ¿Quieres que te lea el Facebook para dormir? Do you want, I don't know if you're going to want me to or not.
Oh, let's go ahead and see 4K.
Do you want that I read to you Facebook so that you go to sleep? The next couple of slides that follow are songs that have subjunctive in them if you want to go ahead and take a listen to the songs. So you can just cut and paste and follow those. Okie doke. Have a great night. Go back and start clicking on those links to practice subjunctive. Adios, chicos.